On April 13th, Ukraine shocked the world when it launched 2 anti-ship cruise missiles, scoring decisive hits that sank the Russian Black Sea Fleet flagship Moskva. Named after the Russian capital Moscow, this once symbol of Russian naval supremacy in the war on Ukraine carried a crew of roughly 500 and was fully equipped with an arsenal of anti-ship, anti-aircraft and anti-defense missiles. What is important here is the fact that Moskva was the ship with the best air defense in the entire Russian fleet. And all these weapons designed to protect an entire group of ships, or even the sea area, couldn't stop 2 anti-ship missiles. This is military mechanics, and today we will look at the rise of anti-ship cruise missiles. How can a relatively low-cost, short-range missile such as Neptune destroy one of the largest warships in the Russian Navy? This attack on the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet of the Russian Federation, missile cruiser Moskva, was the first confirmed use of missiles R-360 Neptune and RK-360 MC Neptune complex. The Lutz Design Bureau began developing the R-360 Neptune cruise missile in 2014, following the annexation of Crimea. The R-360 Neptune cruise missile is a Ukrainian development based on the Soviet X-35 Zvezda missile, with significantly improved range and modern electronics. R-360 Neptune cruise missile is for the destruction of ships with a displacement of up to 5,000 tons, and like all missiles of this class, it can be used from land, surface, and aircraft platforms. The missile has an updated target-seeking device, altimeter, starting engine, wings and fins, gyroscopes, and navigation system. On August 23, 2020, the Neptune missile system was adopted. The development of the entire RK-360 MC Neptune complex, including the cruise missile and all the machines, cost Ukraine only $40 million. By Western standards, this is very cheap. Like every weapon system, anti-ship missiles have expensive versions, but they are still much cheaper than the warships they target in terms of cost and price performance comparison. A single Harpoon anti-ship missile costs around $1.5 million, while an Arleigh-Burke-class destroyer costs close to $2 billion. Anti-ship missiles are a large threat to surface ships which may have large radar, radio, and thermal signatures that are difficult to suppress. No, the grey color doesn't help much in this scenario. Most anti-ship missiles are of the sea-skimming variety, which fly as low as practically achievable, which is almost always below 150 feet, and is often down towards 15 feet. When under attack, a warship can detect sea-skimming missiles only once they appear over the horizon, about 17 miles to 28 miles from the ship, allowing about 25 to 60 seconds of warning. Many of these missiles use a combination of inertial guidance and radar homing. A good number of other anti-ship missiles use infrared homing to follow the heat that is emitted by a ship. It is also possible for anti-ship missiles to be guided by radio command all the way. Many anti-ship missiles can be launched from a variety of weapons systems, including surface warships, submarines, bombers, fighter planes, helicopters, shore batteries, land vehicles, and even by infantrymen firing shoulder-launched missiles. Once acquired, a ship cannot outrun or outturn a missile, the warhead of which can inflict significant damage. To counter the threat posed, the modern surface combatant has to either avoid being detected, destroy the missile launch platform before it fires its missiles, or decoy and/or destroy all of the incoming missiles. However, to counter the ship defense systems, countries such as Russia are developing or deploying very low-flying missiles, about 5 meters above sea level, that slowly cruise at a very low level to within a short range of their target, and then, at the point when radar detection becomes inevitable, initiate a supersonic high-agility sprint to close the terminal distance. Missiles such as the SSN-27 Sizzler that incorporate this sort of threat modality are regarded by US Navy analysts as potentially being able to penetrate the US Navy's defensive systems. China has anti-ship missiles like the Dongfeng 21, whose range is roughly 1,000 miles, and the DF-26, whose range is roughly 2,500 miles. Recent years have seen a growing amount of attention being paid to the possibility of ballistic missiles being repurposed or redesigned for an anti-ship role. Such an anti-ship ballistic missile would approach its target extremely rapidly, making it very difficult to intercept. Warships are like leviathans that not every nation can easily own or risk. And sometimes a slingshot can be the best option to defeat the giant.